Hey guys, girls, people of Earth. People of Earth, how are you? As Yoko would say. Um, let's talk money. Let's talk some money. Let's talk about getting paid from customers. How long does it take you to get paid from your customers? That's the question of the day. I'm trying to collect some money from a guy I do striping for. So I reached out to him and was like, hey, what's up? Are you going to give me some money? Because this is like a guy that's like, in my neighborhood, kind of. He's in my wheelhouse. This is a guy that has what I thought a big enough business where he could just give me money. He could just meet me and give me money. Because I'm owed a lot of money right now from customers. I'm probably owed over 350 grand I'm probably waiting for in checks to come in the mail. That sucks. I did billing yesterday. I billed out, like another 160 grand I'm waiting to collect. So how do you do it? How do you collect your money from your customers? I have noticed that the bigger your customers get, the longer that they take to pay. And that just that's just something that tends to be part of the norm. If you're going to play on the level with all of these big time customers, then you have to be able to sit and wait for the money, because if you don't, someone else will. Now, luckily for us, there's not a lot of margin in this business that you lose out on waiting for money. You're going in and doing these huge jobs, and you really have little into them as far as money goes. So it's not that big of a deal. But it still sucks, because what could you do if you had all of this money? And that's my big thing. It's like, what could I do if I had all the money that everyone owed me? I'm trying to build a building right now. I'm trying to do all kinds of shit, and I just, it's hard. It's hard. I know, it's hard. So, let's see. What do you do? I mean, you can't go to these bigger customers. I have guys saying, oh, you should take deposits. It's like, you can't take deposits. You can't take deposits from people. You can't go to like this giant pharmaceutical company and go, okay, it's going to be $12,000 to strip these lines and repaint them in your warehouse. I'm going to need $6,000 of that down. They're going to look at you like, no, we're not giving it to you. We'll just hire someone who doesn't need the money, and then that sucks, because, again, what am I out when I do a job like that? Maybe $100-200 in material and $1,000 in labor, if I got a couple guys over there for a couple days. So if I gotta wait 90 days to collect my 15 grand or whatever, then that's what you wait. I mean, that's just what you do. You're not getting deposits. You're not picking up deposits. You're not, you can try to tell people that you're going to finance charge them if they don't pay within 30 days. I mean, all of my bills are pay upon receipt. And I wait 60 to 90 days for some of these bigger companies and municipalities to pay. That's just the way it is. And you can't compound interest on them, because that only stands up if you have to take them to court. So it's good that you have the verbiage in there somewhere, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean shit unless you have to take them to court, because you're never going to collect that money. I have this job that we did it was this tennis court, 3 tennis courts at a school. All right. I bid this job like 3-4 years ago. It was like 27 grand, one coat, somewhat extensive lines. I mean, cracks to fill, but they didn't have a lot of money. They told me straight out. And I still gave them the best job I could give them for that 27 grand. We did it when it was hot. Now they're dealing with like pinholes or fish eyes, as they call them, from, putting the material down when it's hot. Air bubbles cause the trapped air to pop. It looks like little pinholes in some spots, and they're holding up my payment because they think that is going to ruin the tennis court down the line. They think that that's going to cause the water to get in there, freeze, and all of this stuff to pull up. Now, I've told them that that's completely nonsense. The vendor has looked at it and said it's completely nonsense. The vendor even sent me pictures from the US Open this past weekend where they had the same fucking problem. And I sent that to the customer and said, look, this is the US Open, okay? Now, they wanted a 5-year warranty, and I'm like, nobody's going to give you a 5-year warranty, you know? I mean, most is a 1 year. The materials are 1 year, the workmanship's a 1 year, but I'm so sure that this pinhole problem isn't going to cause what they think it's going to cause that I told them that I would gladly send them something saying that if the problem they are worried about happens within 5 years, then I will come and I'll do the courts over again for them. Then I even offered, now that the temperature isn't 95 degrees like it was when we put the material down, it's back into the 70s. I said, look, I'll come put one more coat on the whole court for you. You know, it was 3 courts. They were just one color green, very simple, reline it. And they said, well, would you do the free coat plus the 5-year warranty? And I said, no, you're fucking trying to take advantage of me now. I don't even have to do either of these things. You know, you guys are being dickbags. You don't want to pay me. You know, you have me, someone that's been in this industry forever, telling you that the problem that you're worried about is not going to happen. You have the vendor who's been doing this for twice as long as I have, telling you that this is a problem that is not going to happen, and you still won't pay me. I mean, I could let the lawyers fight it out. I really don't give a shit. And, you know, 27 grand is a lot of money, but it's not going to make me or break me. I'll tell you that. And I'm not going to fucking jump through hoops and, you know, act all out because they want to be irrational. This is like the 5th project that I've done for this one town. They've never had an issue with my work before. And now the superintendent's given my contact a bunch of shit. And their rationale is not based in fact, and it's frustrating, you know. And I've always been a guy that flies by the seat of his pants, in the sense that I don't make up these long contracts with all this verbiage that, you know, gets me out of every little thing should that problem arise. But I can definitely see why guys do that, you know. I can, because had I had a, you know, a cover my ass contract clause, I would definitely fix it. This would definitely be something I could point at and go, you don't have a leg to stand on, send me my check. You know, this was just a basic job. This wasn't something that was put out to bid. There's not this long scope of work that they can point back at and say, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So at the end of the day, like, they don't really have a leg to stand on, and I don't know why I'm putting up with them, you know, running me through the ringer, probably because I'm so goddamn busy and don't have time to fight with them over it. But as the season winds down, you know, I'm not playing games with them anymore. I told them this morning that they got until Friday to make up a decision. Either they get a free coat or they get in writing that it's a 5-year plan. And if they don't come up with it, then all bets are off. They can either mail me my check or we go to the lawyers and let the lawyers fight it out. You know, I don't understand. So, how do you collect your money? How do you get customers to pay you when they won't? I've resorted to writing bad reviews on those people in the past, and that gets me paid almost every time. But we're not at that point yet, and it's not you know, it's a school district. Go online at your local school district and read what the kids have left for reviews about the schools in your town. The reviews aren't going to do shit. Okay, so that's what it comes down and winds up being. Hold on one sec. I got someone standing there. Yeah, so that's where that's at right now. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking put up with it, not one bit. So, as the season winds down, this will be the problems that we deal with. Now, the other things are, it's starting to get chilly out, and certain types of work will be drying up while other types of work will be taking off. So as the season gets cold, what do you do? What are your plans? How do you make plans? Do you turn certain things off and save up line stripe and crack filling work until the end of the season to keep your guys busy going for another month, or are you just banging out as it comes in? Let me know.